SNA Live podcast, hosted by Three the Hard Way. This is for the culture. Black and Latinx. Where you at?
What's good, cigar fam? It's your boy C-Way, and welcome to SNA Live, the show not just about cigars and cigar lounges, but life in general. Because if you're in a nice-ass cigar lounge with your peoples and only talking about cigars, then you missed the whole motherfucking point. We're recording live, as always, from Smoking Ashes Cigars and Haberdashery, the hottest cigar lounge in these United States. With me, as always, are my partners in crime, the GM and Leak. Say what's up to the people.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on, fam? Blessed to be here.
We can now be seen on One Institution Media's platform, as we are now a part of the OIM family. Today's episode is episode number 11, entitled, What's Beef? No veggie. Our topics we're going to be talking about today is real versus fake beef. We're also going to be talking about specific beefs throughout the years. We're bringing back our segment, Notable Mention, and as usual, we're going to be getting into what we're rocking with this particular week. And with that being said, as usual, cut your stick, light them up, and let's get it popping.
Welcome to SNA Live, a podcast like no other. Featuring Three the Hard Way. You want it? You got it. Yes. We are back. Episode 11 for your ass. What's beef? Well, what was beef back in the day and what these soap operas today are, I don't know. We're about to find out. So right now, it's a perfect time to get your stick, get your seat, get your drink, and let's rock.
Episode 11. I said it last episode, I'm gonna say it again, man. Time is flying by. If you sat here and just tried to think about like all the episodes we've done this season, like a few stick out, but the fact that we're at number 11 already.
This has been fun. It's been really fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking forward to more.
Yeah, especially considering now that we're on video, you know what I'm saying? Not just the audio.
And we're only gonna get better.
Yeah.
You understand that
so people
part.
can now put a face to the voices.
But you guys do understand that part, right?
Yeah.
We're only gonna get better.
Of course.
The quality is gonna get better.
Yes, sir.
You know, obviously, you know, us growing naturally, we're just gonna get better.
Yes, sir.
It can only go up from here, guys.
Yes, sir.
So, episode number 11, we're gonna be talking about what's beef, like the GM said, real beef versus this soap opera shit that's kind of going on nowadays. But before we get into our topics, as usual, we gotta talk about what we're drinking, what we're smoking. I'm gonna let the GM kick it off. Brother, what you smoking?
I went with the High Claire Maduro.
Haven't had that yet.
Oh, Lord.
Me neither.
So, this High Claire, remember, I had you smoke, I was in last season, or you had smoking the Connecticut.
The light one.
And you had gotten mad at me because you thought I set you up.
Yeah.
Like, what is this little shit? This little shit is nothing. Like, halfway through your smokes as you look across, like, man.
Yes, sir.
Give me the Denzel look from fucking come on. So this High Claire though, it's a Robusto Maduro. The wrapper is Ecuadorian Maduro. The binder is Brazilian Mata Fina.
Nice.
Okay, and then
That just sounds sexy.
yes, it does. Fina, fine as hell. But the filler is Nicaraguan, so it's got like a real medium full body.
Okay.
You know the size is perfect for it with the gauge. Mm-hmm. This is where you're gonna get most flavor out of this.
Yes.
So,
And coincidentally, that's exactly what she said.
oh, last week was me. Maybe this week is coming. Really? Okay, we're going that way.
Right off bat.
Okay,
Let's go.
good.
Let's get it started.
Let's get it started. Lead off hidden. So,
Soriano out this bitch.
oh shit. Cleek, what are you smoking, man?
So I went with the HVC, the Series A. This is actually, it's made at the Aganorsa Leaf Factory, which puts out a lot of tobacco. If you don't know about Aganorsa, definitely look into it. A lot of your favorite cigars come from Aganorsa.
Yo, that is a fact.
A lot. They do a lot. Like
They had an Aganorsa release recently too.
yeah,
Another
man,
one.
they do a lot. They do a lot. This is a Crojo 99 wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler. I believe yes, this is the first time I've had this, so I can't give you too much so far. It's definitely, I'm getting like a mesquite flavor with like a little spice on it. So
Mesquite, really?
Yeah.
So that's a great one to sell for people for barbecues this summer.
There you go. So
Outside of like the KFC.
yeah, Memorial Day is coming up, so
Yeah.
yeah, definitely could recommend this. Yeah, so this is good so far, bro. What you got, Colin?
So bear with me. First word is gonna be fine. The second word, a little difficult. So it's the La Mission La Tellier.
Yo,
You said it right.
You named it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I got
nailed it, bro.
Yeah, I did. Proud of myself right now.
My big shout out to Conway.
On a roll right now.
Yes, you are.
So Mexican San Andreas wrapper
Win.
over Nicaraguan long fillers
Win.
has no. And when I looked up this is my first time smoking this. So when I looked up the description of it, I was like, oh, this is so my lane right here. Notes of chocolate, pepper, coffee, leather, and wood. So it's a perfect concoction of just notes and flavors and everything. It's a box press Robusto, which you know I'm a Robusto dude. I'm a box press dude.
press, yep.
So best of both worlds right there. I lit it up. We got and we're gonna get into this. We're drinking the Knob Creek. It's going perfectly with this so far. It's like peanut butter and jelly. It just blends together perfectly.
And again, that cigar is in the particular section
Yes, it is.
where people tend to walk over
Yeah,
or
which
pass
is
by.
crazy. Which is crazy. I don't get it.
That left corner, man. It's like
It's actually not for the faint of heart too. So a lot of if you're not a
I think that's really
if you're a
why.
beginner smoker, that's
Nah.
don't,
I
don't,
think
even, don't
that's
even
really
walk
why.
over there. Don't even. Walk
I think
over
that's really why. I think you nailed that one right there.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's pretty much on point.
People look at it like, oh hell no.
hell to the now.
You got some flavor shit?
You got some chocolate
Yeah.
or some
Chocolate mint?
like nah. Actually we don't.
No.
No. The new shit is you got that creamy stuff, yo. You got something like creamy, like nah, not really, bro. Not really. We ain't got
I get it though. You know, there's a lot of a lot of our customer base. They smoke a lot of these other cigars that like they actually really are creamy. Like it actually smells like you're smoking like a Starbucks like frappe type shit. It's like vanilla cream, but it's
My
like
thing
really.
is, it's Saturday nights, 10 o'clock, and you smoke and you're drinking whiskey. You want something creamy, like that just doesn't even go
To
together.
each his own, man.
I
but
know,
we
Yeah,
know-
I was about to say that.
But we're bringing the customer base along, though.
Yo,
Yeah,
they've come a long
Yeah,
way, and they
definitely.
trust us.
Definitely,
Yeah.
they definitely do.
You know what I mean? That
and we don't steer them wrong.
no, we don't. We don't.
So today we are, just to keep it simple, Knobs Creek. If you're a whiskey and bourbon drinker, you definitely know Knobs Creek. This is what 100 proof.
Knob
Yeah.
Creek,
The
100
9-year
year.
joint.
9
Yeah.
year. Oh,
Knob Creek is
So if we're talking a little funny by the end of the episode,
Yeah, if
you
you start
know exactly
slurring,
why.
Yeah, now listen, guys. I mean, you can go to all kinds of levels. And one thing that we do on the show, we keep it real.
Yeah.
We know how to drink a $375 bottle, $800 bottle, down to a $24 bottle.
Yeah.
we keep it
discriminate.
real.
We don't
And everything in
discriminate.
between.
And exactly, like, there's no like, we're not here being like elegant and we're just being us. This is what we've done. So Knob Creek is it's a staple.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, if you're a real whiskey drinker.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So we tend to classify ourselves as real drinkers. So we drink everything.
Super duper facts. So we got to get into our first topic: real beef versus fake beef, and some of the reasons behind fake beef. So, Leek, I'm gonna let you set it off, brother.
So, as everybody knows, we're 80s babies, so we came up in the era where there was no such thing as, let me go fuck with this dude just because I'm bored. Like, if you had a beef with somebody, it was for a real reason.
Very few dudes did that.
Yeah.
If they did, and if the guy did that, he was off.
Yeah, he was a little off.
There was always a dude in the block that did fuck with everyone, but he was just off.
Yeah, he rode the other bus. So, I say that to say...
No, you're right. Though.
Yeah. I just say that to say nowadays, you hear that old saying, what is it? No such thing as bad publicity. I think that's what everything is about. A lot of these beefs are manufactured. They're publicity stunts.
Yeah.
And people are doing it for clout. I don't use that word because I'm not 19 15. I'm not, but that's what everybody says. Everybody's doing everything for clout. It's a way to make yourself popular, to get yourself out there, whether it's good or bad. They don't care what it is. So
there's no such thing as bad publicity.
So you know what?
Bad publicity is always good.
But you notice like some of these, obviously a majority of it comes from music, hip hop specifically. Somebody will say something in a rhyme, and a dude will just sound. He thinks you talking about me, son? Then the next song they come back at him, and then they just create this beef. How did you even know he was even talking about you? It's just they're just finding little things just to bring
new
stuff up.
It's an old thing, but the way that the rappers dealt with it back in the day was, if I felt you was talking slick to me, I'm gonna throw a dart. I'm not even gonna approach you yet. I don't need to talk to you because I'm not sure. So I'm gonna throw a little dart in another rhyme. And if you bite on that one, now I know where you sent that.
Yeah, exactly.
It was literally like watching chess being played with rappers back in the day.
Yeah.
Like you said, though, now these people, nowadays, they look and reach for a reason for someone to...
They're just looking for something.
Did you breathe my way?
Yeah, exactly.
Or even worse, it'll be some like no name dude.
That's the worst one.
Throw a known dude's name in his rhyme.
Just for clout.
So he can use his name to lift him up. He can lift him up. The other thing is, obviously, we in this new age of reality TV. So
also not new, but just more accessible.
Everything's about reality TV. You got Real Housewives and the new midgets of little people of Orange County.
Remember, cancel culture.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you. Can't afford that. Keenan go kill us.
All back, Keenan.
So people are doing things for storylines. You know what I mean? That's where I'm getting to. It's storylines. So people would just find something like I've read something where an agent actually told one of his people to actually create just make up beefs just so they can start something, put it in the headlines. Now that's money for them.
Yeah.
So real and fake. The majority of everything going on today, a majority of it is definitely fake. It's all bullshit.
I have to agree with
that. It's for storylines and it's for clout.
And again, and
people are getting rich off it. I can't hate on them.
Well, they are winning off of it. They're winning off of it in that aspect.
They're definitely winning off of it.
Oh, man. It's just a fine line. For me, it rides a fine line. Because even we keep it on hip hop, the artists back in the day, when there was beef tracks, they really had problems with each other.
Yeah, it was real.
Now, I'm not saying that some of the things that don't happen today aren't real. Some of them are. I don't want to discredit them totally. But it was very rare back in the day that somebody got shot for like stepping on your sneakers. You heard about that once in a fucking blue. Like some guy gets shot in the club for fucking stepping on a shoe. But nowadays, going to the point of what you said, everyone does shit for the gram.
It's all for the gram, baby.
Because the shit that I do is going to draw attraction to my page.
Yep, and then it's going to put money in my pocket.
Eventually, my following will draw opportunities for advertising for me. So therefore, I'll be able to make some money off of this situation.
Exactly.
So,
look, man, y'all know I'm about my paper, but
you're also a credible individual.
Exactly. Like my thing is, money gets spent, money gets lost. People have had fortunes and gone broke. Your name, that's what lasts.
That's the one thing that you got at the end of the day.
And that's the long money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like not this short money of I made a splash because I had this fake beef with X, Y, and Z person, so I got that bag for that year. Okay, what's next?
Yeah,
because you're now
especially
one trick.
No talent.
Yeah, that's my point.
And most of these dudes have no talent after this.
Yeah,
you're a one trick pony. Like you created this fake beef. Okay, all right, so that's cool, but you're gonna base your career off of that? Like nobody knew who you were before. Now they do. Okay, cool. Now what?
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. It's true.
Because if you're let's say hypothetically speaking, you're a rapper, right? And you got some notoriety off this little beef, fake beef or whatever. I hope there's some talent behind that, and all you were trying to do is expose people to the talent that you have. And you had maybe like 5, 6, 7 mixtapes beforehand, and you was like, man, my shit's not working, but you know, I got bars. You know what I'm saying? Like I can spit. I actually have talent, but I just need a platform so people can recognize that. But nowadays, I feel like the talent comes not even second, it comes like third.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, your image is probably second.
Second.
It's about how you look.
It's definitely second.
Yeah. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
That's where I was going to mention right
example.
now. He is the epitome of that line right
He talked about it all the time. He's like, look at me. I got rainbow hair and I'm sunning you. So like it was all about the look. It was about his image.
Do you remember being in my backyard, stupid, where we was all chilling, drinking, and a particular individual was over. I'm not gonna name no names. Younger dude, and he was like, "Yo, what y'all think about Tekashi? Yo, I heard like word in the streets. He's that dude is real."
My
This
Lord.
is the conversation that happened about maybe 4 or 5 years
I remember.
ago. You remember that?
Yes,
I'm
I
trying to
do.
remember who it was. Okay, go ahead, keep going.
So I'm not gonna mention who it
Okay,
is.
yeah, no, you don't have to mention.
But I'll tell you off air. But he was like, "Yo, it's Tekashi." Now keep in mind, this dude is probably like 20 years old at the time he's saying this. Maybe even a little bit younger. Maybe like 18. Right? How old would you think he was back then?
He was like 20.
Like 20, right?
Yeah.
Okay, at the oldest.
Yeah.
At the oldest.
Yeah.
So he was and we're sitting there as grown ass men looking at him like, are you serious?
What?
This is what you consider real nowadays?
This dude?
Stupid.
This is dude, like, I don't know, man. Like,
But there's millions of people that did as well.
Yeah, man.
Put it this way. The dude is a known rat. Known. Comes out of jail, literally, and first day.
Makes $1 million.
First day.
Yeah.
First day.
Clout.
Got videos already going on and making bread and talk. And everyone is still watching his Instagram lives.
And that's when I realized, like I kind of realized it before, but then,
that we're part of a last of a dying breed.
yeah, it's a wrap, yo.
It's
a wrap.
over, bro.
I lost all respect for that generation after
It's
that.
gone, bro. That's why I
Because
try to
this
hold on to
dude-
my kids. I
this
give them
dude-
what I can,
Like, showed you he was a straight clown.
bro.
Showed you.
There's more of them. There's all, I mean,
And-
There's
rats.
more versions of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's like, for me, or actually, see, so for our generation, it's the respect level. And once the respect was gone,
They
it's
don't-
like it's a wrap.
These kids don't care about respect. They
Well,
have-
look what they did
yeah,
to
they
one of
have
the
not
last
care
guys who still were part of our generation in a sense. Nip.
Yeah.
They killed his ass too, though.
Yep. Pop Smoke. Killed him too.
Another one who made a mistake on social media, though, man.
Yeah.
Stunting.
Had he not posted that one picture, he'd be
Yeah,
alive.
yeah.
Exactly.
How crazy is that?
That's what it's about now. I was reading. I
That's
was
the
listening to
epitome
an
of it
interview.
being for the gram.
One of these dudes was like, if you don't have jewelry, then like you're not a real rapper. Like
It's
everything
just-
is about jewelry. So he's on the
Yeah.
gram stunting. I'm in LA. I got my
That's
jewelry.
why I fucks with J. Cole, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has no jewelry. Nothing.
Yes.
And can rap circles
Yeah. Around.
around
Facts.
99.9% of any rapper in their 20s.
Yeah. With no jewelry.
Any rapper around, period, right now.
Yeah, for the most part. That dude is focused.
Yeah. Man.
Speaking of rappers, we have to get into our notable mention segment.
One of my favorites ever.
Yeah, have to. Sorry.
So we're back with our notable mention segment, and it's only right.
It's the SNA Live podcast, and it's time for the notable mention.
The episode is with beef, and the dude that took the beef thing to another level, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
He wins the award.
Now you want to talk about King Petty?
Yeah, he wins the award.
Yo,
I'm not gonna lie. Some of it was really funny and shit. So
It was very entertaining.
it was. It was.
I hate
It did ruin hip hop, New York hip hop rap for a while, but it was still entertaining.
well, his process
Yes.
on the build up, but like
Yeah.
in his
'Cause he
later
didn't give a
years,
fuck. He came up. That's all he cared
Yeah,
about.
that's all he cared about.
did. We had spoken about this before. I don't know if we spoke about it on air, Conway, but we had made that we had that conversation where at that time nobody was sitting here saying like they're the king of New York. So 50 running around saying, "Word, you ain't gonna claim it. You ain't gonna claim it. Yo, I'm the king.
I'm that dude.
Now tell me who telling me I ain't that dude?
Yeah. But then
Came
it
up.
wasn't just enough for him to come up.
No.
He had to smash everybody
Well, because he had
in his way.
a
Specifically,
He had to put.
we know who.
He had to put his
Mr. Jeffrey
foot in his
Atkins,
throat.
Yes.
aka Ja Rule.
And I had, so the one reason why I'm not really fucking mad at him about that, because at the end of the day, I will say this, regardless of watching great hip hop battles is like watching classic fights. Both of the guys won, even though somebody lost.
In Ja Rule's case, he actually just kind of lost.
That's where I'm getting at. He literally destroyed his career.
Yeah.
Meaning 50 destroyed his career.
Yeah. That was. We're gonna talk about fake versus real. That was a real.
But that's where I was
They
going to
actually-
say right
they
now.
came to blows, stabbings.
This
all
is what I was
types
going
of
to say
stuff.
though, but the reason why I didn't get too upset about a black man in power taking away another black man in power's like complete legs up under him is because it was personal for a reason.
Yeah.
Like this one was personal.
That was real street shit.
There was that had a lot. There was a lot of shit tied to that story.
Yeah.
So anything that referred to him and Ja, I let that rock. I let that go. But
How about it's 2020 when he's still going at him though? Like that's straight.
well, I guess
So-
something.
He's like he put his foot in his throat and he just.
But his greatest
So-
moment to me though was when he brought out the
Yes.
first 8 rows.
Yes.
At his show.
Yo, the first I think it was like 6 or 8 rows.
Yeah, at his show.
Yo, so that means that my
Empty.
man had empty seats to stare at.
And that was only a few years ago, so
And
he's still
yeah, that
messing
was
with
recently.
him. Still messing with him.
And just to know that the dude did it and then said that he did it before your show. So when you out there,
Yeah.
you know that I'm the one
When you
that
see all
did it
those
to you.
empty seats,
Yeah.
think
I
of
did
me.
it to you.
Yeah.
Straight petty wop.
Look at me. Look at me.
Petty wop.
Petty wop.
I'm
Look
the
at me.
captain now.
I'm the captain. Facts. Look at me. Like Sonny did in Bronx Tale. I did this to you. Remember. But yeah, that one was
man.
personal, so I let that rock, man. But 50 is big, especially the shit he got with Floyd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's personal also. Very
So,
personal.
you know what? Because I don't be following this petty shit, man. I don't even remember. Because I remember they were cool.
Yeah,
And
That's the one thing I remember. They were fucking bosom buddies,
And then-
one day they were just going at each other. And I'm like,
Yeah.
is this like publicity? Like,
No, it was real.
No,
I know
in the
those stories. I
beginning,
don't
though,
need to get into it, but yeah.
I would thought that.
It was
And I was like,
real.
oh, this got real.
Yeah.
real.
Real quick. But
It was still petty though.
but once
Richard
again,
Petty.
And it was over.
Richard
it was,
Petty,
it was
which
over,
was quick.
It was
Yeah.
over female. Too. It was over female. too.
Sorry.
all right, man. We got to get into our next topic, and we kind of touched on a couple, but we're gonna get into specific beefs. And the latest, one of the latest ones. This is very, very recent, and I don't know when this is gonna air or whatever, so it might not be as recent, obviously, when you're watching it. But
It'll be relevant still.
Yeah. it's still-
NBA
still
legend,
going on.
and he's a legend not because of his basketball prowess, but because as Stephen A. labeled him a bum, pretty much. Kwame Brown versus
I
Matt
think
Barnes.
it's so unfair.
That's so unfair.
I think it's so unfair. And
So
yeah, go ahead. Keep giving the backdrop.
no. So I was just gonna say about. I think it was a post he put on social media
Yep.
where
Sent
he
it
was,
to you.
yeah, where he was just talking about, what he went through as an 18-year-old.
Yes.
Because remember, he got drafted out of high school.
Yo, but not just that, bro.
And an 18-year-old from the sticks in South Carolina.
Not even just that. Who the fuck drafted you?
Yeah.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
And Mike treated him the way that he treated everyone on those. Y'all all seen The Last Dance already.
Yeah.
Y'all saw how he went at grown men
Yeah.
and broke grown men.
He ruined Kwame Brown's
But that's the
career.
point. This kid was a kid.
Yeah,
And
that's
how
why too.
the beef they were talking about right now is the more recent Kwame Brown and was it Rick Barnes?
Matt
No,
Barnes.
Matt
Barnes,
Barnes
sorry.
and Steven Jackson. And Gilbert Arenas.
And Gilbert Arenas. So, but Gilbert Arenas on in his defense.
I'm defending all three now. I don't think they said anything crazy. They just said it to the wrong person. That's basically what it came down to.
Okay, so whatever. I mean, listen. One thing I teach my kids is that if you have the balls to say something about anybody, you have to be willing to handle the way that person responds to it.
Yep.
You don't know how people are. People are all wired differently.
Yep.
Now, there also could be ulterior motives behind this as well.
Yep.
And I'll elaborate on that in a minute.
I am also later
So,
on.
but the thing is that basically what happens, Kwame Brown, if you don't know the story, he was being talked about by Barnes,
And Steven Jackson
Steven Jackson
on their podcast.
separately, and Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah.
And Gilbert Arenas was talking about his time on Washington,
He played with him.
which he played with him. And then he was the one that was talking to him mostly about how the kid, he referred to Kwame as a kid because he really was. Like they said they had asked him like a question in like a rookie camp. Like where do you see yourself in 10 years after? And Kwame's response was like, I'm going to be like a fucking pimp or some shit like that. And you sat back right there and you're like, yo, you're really a kid. Like, yeah, you're fucking, how
He
tall
was
was
7
he?
feet tall.
Seven
like
feet.
7 footer, but yo,
250,
you're a
260.
baby,
Yeah,
bro.
He was.
You're in a grown man world. You a baby. And the shit he had to live up to being the number one pick?
Number one pick, man.
Being drafted by Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay? Michael put him through the ringer. Like he was putting fucking everybody else
See
through.
that picture when he's yelling at him? You
Yes.
see Kwame Brown's face is like his father was about
Because
to beat
he's
him
a
or something.
kid.
So, but here's the thing, though.
And an
Here's-
icon is fucking screaming at you in public.
Here's what I didn't know up until very recently. Michael Jordan didn't want Kwame
Yeah, he didn't
Brown.
want him, yeah.
He was a pawn in a chess move. He was trying to get a trade going Who was the trade for? I can't remember.
I don't remember who it was, but yeah, it was definitely.
He was trying to get us another superstar to come to the Washington Wizards, and he was using Kwame Brown as a chess move, and it was all
didn't work.
It was all set in motion until the owner of the Wizards
said no.
I'm sorry, the owner of the other team blocked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the Wizards because Mike was part of this, obviously.
So the whole thing got blocked. So now
he was stuck with him.
Jordan stuck with him, and seeing him, it just
the trade happened in the next pick though.
Oh wow, it's even worse.
That's what fucked it even up. I think they traded for
they didn't want to help.
What's
Mike.
homeboy's name? Fucking Tyson Chandler that played with the Knicks.
Yeah.
He was the pick afterwards. They ended up getting
People didn't want to help Mike. They didn't want to help Mike out. They probably did that shit on purpose.
But here's the thing though, man. Like, so now he's a constant reminder of what could have been.
Yeah.
So you know Mike's personality, as we've seen on The Last Dance, and if you were paying attention to the league, and you know got through all the bullshit and hype about him, Mike was an asshole.
He was an asshole. But you know what though? He was the epitome of greatness. He expected you to be the best at all times.
But you can't expect an 18-year-old kid.
But you're talking to Mike because Mike was that at 18. You can't tell somebody who has done it to the level of him. He cannot, brother. There's no way Mike conceptualizes life regularly.
But Mike was older at the time. You should realize
No,
everybody's
but-
not you, bro.
Yeah, but he didn't though, because
Everybody's not you.
But think
man.
about
He
it.
was special.
But he knows that he turned a bunch of nobodies into stars on all those teams. So in his mind, he thinks he could fix anybody, no matter the age.
What he doesn't realize is that has to be in you.
That's what I'm trying to say. He's not
Like
you.
Dean Smith.
He should have knew that after the first three practices. All right, this dude is.
Dean Smith did not put that in Mike. Mike's high school coach did not put that in Mike. Doug Collins.
Doug Collins, yeah.
Did not put, Mike had that in him.
Yeah, he was born with it.
He was just natural. It was natural with
So
him.
and I don't mean his physical gifts. I mean that dog.
Yeah, no,
You know what I'm saying?
that dude.
that gorilla.
I
You know
saw
what
a
I'm saying?
meme that might get you pissed a little bit. It's a picture of Kobe and Mike. And I believe the meme stated, Kobe and Mike would lie to tell you that they were hurt when LeBron wants to show the
I saw that
world
today. I put thumbs
that
down.
he's always
I
hurt.
responded with thumbs down.
But yo, listen,
It's different generation.
no. Beside that, listen, just keep it. Let's make believe that there's no words on that. We're just watching silent film. Okay, so if we heard nothing and you just watch tape, you see, and then find things out later. You see that guys played with real injuries and never wanted to come out of a game. But LeBron does want to fucking always act up a little bit like he's hurt. And that's my problem with this gen. That's why I hate Philly and I hate Joel Embiid, and I'll go there another time. But keeping it on this, though.
What's up, Sixer fans?
I'll keep it on this. Yeah, my bad. Listen, dude, I respect you. Talented as fuck. Man, I mean, we might get to a level one day where we talking and dealing with you. I ain't disrespecting your talent, but brother, you are not a broom. Stay off the floor, bro. You need to throw other people around. You what, 7'2"?
Shaq used to be on the floor a lot too.
Not as much as this dude, bro. I saw Chris Paul knock him out into the second row, going for a loose ball. And Chris Paul even looked at him like, really?
Anything to get the foul.
Not when you're 7'2" and you could fucking fold and get an injury all the time, bro. Big dudes can't.
That goes back to LeBron. It's an act, man. You do that.
That's my point,
To get
though.
the
That
rep.
didn't exist
But you
back
do that
in the
to get
day.
the reps. Dude, y'all forget how much freaking Mike and Kobe complained all the fucking time.
But they weren't complaining about
They
injuries.
complained all
But they
the
didn't
time.
complain that they were hurt.
LeBron complains and it's like, oh, he's a crybaby. He's always complaining. Mike and Kobe did the same
They complained
shit.
for calls.
Yes,
But they hid injuries, bro.
And Mike used to get fucked.
That's
up.
my point. They hid injuries.
Celtics
like, you're
series,
not
those
keeping me
Pistons
out of this
series.
game.
Again, it's a different generation.
I get it, though.
You couldn't show weakness back then.
I'm
You
not-
showing
I'm not
weakness,
mad at it.
The Sharks was on.
I'm not mad, but I do want to make a couple of points when it comes to this Kwame thing. Because there's different sides of things where people see things from different levels. And we have to understand that we have a very our fan base is widespread. They come with different perspectives. One thing that I noticed, and I read a couple of threads where a lot of people have an issue with, again, 3 successful black men putting down another black man.
Yes.
I had a big issue with it.
Okay, because
And Kwame talked about that.
but granted though, right?
Saying that
this-
basically Rachel Nichols set him up.
but at the end of the day,
Talk shit about him.
at the end of the day, Kwame might be known as the biggest bust next to Greg Ogden and fucking give me another
Sam
Bowie.
Sam Bowie, okay. But at the same time, this guy took home 65 million. He's reinvested his money into various businesses that nobody really knows too much about, but he's doing well for himself.
And his family's taking care of
And his family is well taken care of. He won And the problem is that nobody is giving him that credit. Okay? It took everything for him to even get to that position. Okay? And nobody else was there with him when he was in grade school, then high school, college. You get more fans because, you know, you're 7 feet. You're definitely, and he didn't even go to college. Yeah, exactly. Straight out of high school. So he was getting clout already at 16. Like, you're a former athlete. Like, you played D1 ball. And I say this shit about you all the time. It's definitely with our boy, man. Like, it's hard growing up having when you're a star and you're known to be that dude.
Especially a star from a small town.
Yeah, you're gonna be known for everything. You never have to do anything. There's no wrong in anything you do.
And what people don't realize is after the careers are over, they don't know what to do because all they've done their whole life.
Thank you that you said that.
Young.
Did you see him?
Thank you for
he's
saying
laying
that.
in his bed smoking hookah.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't know what else to do. That's all they knew was basketball since they were little kids. They don't know anything else, man.
We watch even football players, and I say it more with football players because football is such a violent sport.
Yeah.
You watch them sometimes, these dudes are only like 23. Like, they're still kids.
Dude, Ron Artest said it after like his 3rd year in the league. He was like, he was ready to retire because he was like, I did it. I got money. I just did this to take care of my family, and I don't want to do this anymore. They had to like really talk him into
coming back
to not
because,
retire.
but his mind was, I won already.
In the locker at halftime,
because he won already, though,
he was
bro.
done. He's like, I won already. I made money. My family is good.
And I
I'm
think
done.
that sometimes that's what the fans don't get.
They don't see that part, especially
like,
coming from a place like he did.
You don't understand what they had to do to even get to the league, and they're looking at it like, yo, entertain me. Like, you're supposed to be out. You're supposed to be doing this, that, and the other. And it's like, well, slow down.
It's true.
This is not a video game.
Exactly.
This is my life.
I'm a human being.
You're not playing 2K.
Yeah, exactly.
Slow down.
Which we'll get into on another future episode. That's coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll touch back on that.
Yeah, but then we definitely will. But we have to. There was
real quick. One thing I will say. I know we gone a little bit over. The one thing I do have to say is this. I did hear the comments that were made by Steven Jackson and was it Matt Barnes?
Yeah. Light skin Becky. Oh no, Becky with the nice hair. That's what he called her.
Yeah, that's right. He did. His response was a little erratic. Again, like I said, though, you don't know how people are going to respond to things. So another thing that is going around with people is that you also have to take things into consideration of the generation and the time that we do live in. Those guys have a very successful podcast with a known fan base.
Yeah.
It goes to the little known name rapper, like we were saying just about a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Utilizing an opportunity to jump in and gain relevancy.
And he said, I've been quiet for years. Y'all just woke a sleeping giant.
But did we wake you for a paycheck and followers?
Oh, he's gonna take advantage of this now.
So that's my point, though. That's the other side of it.
Yep.
Kwame Brown book coming out soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So now we can segue into something else because that was the point right there. That exactly what we said.
Yeah, man.
Because we do live in that generation to get that bread.
Definitely do. And we gotta now get into our segment. We call it "What You Rocking With." And we're back.
This is What You Rocking With inside the SNA Live podcast.
This particular week. Leak, last episode, I think you went last, so I'm gonna let you set it off first, brother.
All right, so again, I'm gonna stay on topic.
Oh.
Sort of. So
3 episodes in a row.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Leak.
I'm on a roll, baby. I'm on a roll. So I want to give props because we sit here and we talk about, or we just talked about how, all these
You're a
guys,
popular dude. I'm sorry.
all these guys do, they're doing things for clout, and to the point disrespecting certain people for beef, and they're doing it for clout. But in my opinion, I kind of live by this of when you make a mistake, admitting your mistakes,
So you can grow from it.
so you can grow from it.
Can't learn and you don't admit it.
Yeah, definitely, just admit it. So I want to give shouts. I don't know if you guys noticed, it was very new. Just think it just happened this morning. Charlemagne the God. So he got into a beef with Kwame Brown also. I don't know if y'all noticed.
Nah, I didn't know that.
So I'll give you a little backstory. So
Yeah.
on his show, he's from the same town as Kwame Brown.
South Carolina.
Moncks Corner, South Carolina. I know that area very well. I can tell you why, but I do.
Yeah.
Don't snitch on yourself.
So
Well, yeah, another story.
So
Another day.
he, yeah, definitely another story, another day. So
or
basically,
never a day.
so basically,
Coming from
Statute of limitations.
exactly.
this is my lawyer right here. I'm
exactly.
good. I'm good.
Yeah, that's
What
it.
year was that again? Yeah, I'm good.
Nah,
So basically, he got on. Obviously, Breakfast Club is a huge platform, millions of people listening, and he was trying to defend Kwame Brown. But within that, and if you listen to Charlamagne, I know you're not a big fan of his. I am. The reason being is because he knows he's a broken person, and he admits when he screws up, and just like how he's doing now, like he makes fun of himself because he knows he's a kind of a fucked up individual. Yeah. But he's funny, but he keeps it real. That's why I like it. So basically, as he was defending him, he's saying kind of what I was saying before. I was like, they kind of messed with the wrong dude. He's like, yo, y'all don't know what Kwame Brown been through, and he basically tells this dude's history, how his father went to jail for life for murdering his girlfriend. His brother went to jail for stabbing his ex-girlfriend, and he's like putting all his business out in there. And he basically, so how he explained this, he's like, I'm sorry I brought back old memories. And all the people from Monk's Corner started calling him, cursing him out. So for
because they exposed him.
Why
He exposed him.
You exposed him, and you brought back all these old memories.
Old ghosts.
Like, think about 3 murders basically from one guy's family, and you just brought all that back up. So now his other family have to relive all that stuff.
No,
you know what I mean? So for literally about 8 to 10 minutes, he apologized, bro. And I thought that was big of him to like be a man. And he even said, he's like, dude, listen, I if I make a mistake, I will definitely admit it, and I apologize. And again, they had more of a personal relationship because he actually knew him. They grew up in the same town. But shouts out to Charlamagne the God. And a lot more people need to do that. When you fuck up, be a man and admit it. You know what I mean? So shout out to him, man.
Can I say
That's what I'm
something
rocking
though,
with.
man? By apologizing again, doesn't it kind of bring it up all over again?
I think he had to do it. I think
But
he
you know
had
what I'm
to
saying,
do
though?
it.
The irony of it is like, I'm just apologizing
Well,
about bringing up
well-
all your dead family members.
Well, no,
and,
he didn't
you know,
go,
I
he
just
didn't go
want you to
into
let you know I'm
specifics.
sorry about that
He
shit.
didn't go into specifics. He just said, listen, what I did, I shouldn't have did that.
I get it, though. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man.
That's what I'm about.
That's
Shout
what's
out to him. What you walking with, Ron?
So for me, man, I'm staying just on a vibe, man. I've really been digging some music that's been coming out. I think Conway went left like this a couple episodes ago too, when you spoke about like J. Cole.
Yeah.
So at that time too, I was definitely vibing with that album when it came out.
Yeah.
But right now,
All season. Copy.
yeah, facts.
Stream it.
Yeah, stream it. I was about to say this.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's people who still go out and buy shit. There's got to be some heads that still buy the CDs, but I get it. So I am messing with. Actually, I should say I'm fucking with my man Toby Ngwigwe. This is the guy who came out with Try Jesus, not me.
Oh, yeah. That dude is talented, man.
Cause I throw hands.
Yeah.
This is a gentleman out of Houston, Texas,
Yeah, man.
who rocks out with his wife
Yes.
hard. I've never seen
Black love.
that to that level in this era. He's got the blessings of all the neo soul stars
Yes.
from Erykah Badu on down. They claim him to be the king of the new era of neo soul.
You're going to make me download his stuff tonight.
I'm telling you, he's got this joint
I've only
called
heard 2 songs.
Fire with him and his wife. I haven't felt energy like that in a minute. If you watch this dude too, he's not a small dude. Large individual, gold teeth, and
His beard.
yeah, he calls it Big Daddy energy. 'Cause he's very proud about being a father.
Yeah.
And he's very proud about showcasing his wife. That song Fire, he actually talks about his woman. How back in the day the elders used to tell you to make sure that your girl knew how to work a pole. And the misconception was they were talking about, you thought they were referring to her working a stripper pole.
Yeah.
But she's really actually pointing down that barrel because she knew how to get your back. So he goes deep.
That's so Texas right there.
Yes, it is. But the dude is a talented individual. His album is crazy. He's got crazy songs from Wildlings to Eat to, like I said, Fire. Joint is off the hook.
I gotta peep that. Okay.
You gotta check out Toby Ngwigwe.
Okay.
The dude is dope. And again, I wasn't a big neo soul rapper dude coming up. I learned to appreciate guys like Mos Def, and they were in that era. They were part of that type of rap.
Talib Kweli.
They were part of that whole. I always respected them,
fuck with it.
but I never dove in until I was a little older.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But like this guy, I've jumped all in right now, especially since it's a little empty right now in the music industry.
Yeah, I feel you. I gotta check that out.
Not by you have to check the dude out, man. So Conway, what are you rocking with?
So I brought it back a little something. Actually, a lot of something now because it's fucking almost 20 years since this came out. So the topic or the title of this episode is What's Beef? I'm rocking with Ether.
Oh, we went to something else.
Classic.
Now, Nas and Jay are cool now, so Nas doesn't perform this song anymore. But I just remember when the song came out. This song bodied Jay so hard that it turned into a verb. We now say, yo, he ethered him.
Yeah.
This dude got ethered.
Yep.
And it doesn't even have to be about rap now.
No,
Like,
it could be
know what I'm saying?
anything.
Anything. That's how hard the song was. And for the people who don't know what I'm talking about,
Oh, man.
if you're
Slap
a hip hop
yourself.
fan, exactly. If you're a hip hop fan, like Ryan said, slap yourself, like hard. Like if it's possible, backhand slap yourself.
Yeah, with the offhand. The hand is not even your dominant
Exactly,
Classic,
exactly.
classic.
So Jay came out with a song called The Takeover, and he just went in on Nas and Mobb Deep, Prodigy specifically. And when I heard that song, I was like, damn, he just ended Nas's career.
hand. Yeah, I did too.
Nas is like, nope.
It's a wrap.
Just woke me
I
up.
didn't know how he would come back from that. That was
You woke him up.
but again, remember I said that,
Nas was quiet around that time.
but like I said, the classic rap battles were like
Yeah.
classic boxing fights.
Yes, they were.
You'd watch Ali
And this
Frazier
was
1.
and this was Ali Frazier
Exactly.
2 and 3.
Yes, it was.
Yo, Nas went in on this brother, and
Just
like I
let
said,
the
they're
beat
cool
drop.
now. You know, it's water under the bridge, but for the time, hardest rap beef song ever. So shout out to Nasir Jones for Ether.
I don't gotta say anything else after that.
So we appreciate you, as usual, rocking with us on this journey. As usual, you can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Castos. You can find us
On oneinstitution.com.
Yes,
and again,
yes.
the best way to find us, guys, if you follow our Instagram handle at
Exactly.
that's actually our business.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, yes, you guys can follow smoke.n.ashes, and then
course.
you can follow the SNA Live podcast.
Yes, sir.
And in our bio, you can find
The link
our
tree.
link tree,
Yes.
and that will give you every single platform that you can find us on.
It could be audio. It could be video. If you just want to listen to us in your car, or if you're at home at the crib, on your laptop, you can watch us on YouTube, and all the other platforms.
Twitch. Yep.
Yes, and now we're
And you
on
could
Twitch.
actually watch us on oneinstitution.com, the platform itself.
Yes, go
Yes,
to
sir.
the website.
Yes, sir. And in the words of Shirley Chisholm, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. We out.
Peace.